Okay, so welcome everybody. We're going to begin, as we always do, finding your seat. So that may mean that you have props with you that you sit on. It might mean that you have furniture that you sit on, but your seat for meditation is one that should be sustainable so that you're not worried about, am I going to be able to stay here comfortably? Good. So set your seat, and then you're setting the inner seat as well. So the inner seat is the space where you are going to allow an experience to occur. Right? So the meditative techniques are simply a way to bring your attention, bring your focus back to a inner space, and a space that is a little bit more receptive. It's not looking for anything outside. So start to do that. Bring your attention inward. Start to notice the quality of your breath. It's tricky. You hear me use the word notice. And if your mind jumps from notice to judge and conversation and categorize, can you step it back to where it's just noticing? So there's the quality of your breath. And there's the quality of your thoughts. Again, you're just noticing what that is. Meditation is often described as a process of becoming empty. But it's not becoming empty because somehow you are taking away whatever is already present. That emptiness comes from the feeling of not being so deeply attached to what is present. The act of noticing allows you to loosen that grip. There's an easefulness to your mind. And allow that easefulness to translate into your body. The shoulders begin to hang. While the spine is lifted, there's a softness, there's the ability for the lungs to expand. The head floats back, so it's right in line with the spine. And the seat is heavy, the thighs are heavy. Relax your feet. And you're just noticing. And your first breath, we're going to continue the routine we've been doing the entire month. Kapalabati breathing. So if you need a tissue to blow your nose, because it is exhaling through the nostrils, make sure you have that. Then hands can remain where they are, steady on the lap or the knees. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Breathe in about halfway, and then begin to exhale, 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 exhale. So it's the active exhale, pumping the navel. Inhale happens on its own. Good. Keep going. You're finding a rhythm. It's not better to move fast or slow, but try to keep the breath from the navel. Keep going. Deep breath in. Pause at the top and hold. And exhale all the way out. Notice the contents of the mind. Breath normal, easeful. And then second round, same breath. Take a full deep breath in, full deep breath out. Inhale about halfway, and then begin to exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. Again, we begin with this breath because it's a way to move stagnation. So wherever there are long-standing habits in the mind, in the energy flow of the body, this breath starts to move it. And that same light that you're just noticing what is present as you begin meditation, is it doesn't matter what has become stagnant or in what way. The point is just to move it. So focus on the exhales being steady. Right? The skull shining breath as you are shining the inside, the vessel of your mind. Keep going. The exhale is where the effort is. The inhale happens on its own. Deep breath in. Pause and hold at the top. Exhale all the way out. Let the breath be easy. Notice the contents of the mind, the quality of your breath. And then last round of Kapalabhati, deep breath in. Deep full breath out. Inhale about halfway and begin to exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. Keep going, same way you shower to clean the outside of the body. You do pranayama to start to clean and organize the inside of the body, the energetics, the inside of the mind. Where the breath goes, the mind goes. So your breath is pumping, shaking the mind up. So that when you do that big exhale and things begin to settle, the mind naturally settles a little bit quieter. Inhale all the way. Pause at the top, hold. Exhale all the way out. Breath easeful. Again, just noticing quality of the breath, quality of your mind. And the more we're able to connect with that feeling of witnessing, just noticing, that feeling of emptiness begins to occur because there is less attachment to the thoughts themselves. And then as you are breathing, I want you to begin to mentally follow the breath. As you inhale, bring that breath to the space of the inner eyes. It's your focal point, inhaling to the inner corners of the eyes. And exhaling, the breath extends in front of you 6 to 9 inches beyond the front of your face. And then from that point, 6 to 9 inches away, the breath flows in and all the way up to the inner corners of the eyes. And exhale it out 6 to 9 inches in front of you. And breathing it in from that point, 6 to 9 inches away, bring it in and up to the inner corners of the eyes. And exhale it out. Again, following the breath 6 to 9 inches away. If you don't know how far that is, don't worry about it. You're following the breath into the inner corners of the eyes. And exhaling, following the breath for maybe as long as you can keep your attention on it. And then feeling how the breath begins, not at the tip of the nostrils, but it begins far away. You notice it at the tip of the nostrils. And then at the inner space of the eyes, inner corners. Keeping the attention at the inner corners of the eyes. As the breath flows in, it touches that point. And as you exhale, the breath flows out through the nostrils, beyond 6 to 9 inches in front of you. And continue to just notice what arises with your attention at the space, the inner corners of the eyes. And on your next inhale, switch the focus to the space between your eyebrows. As you inhale, the breath is flowing through. Notice it at the tips of the nostrils, and then bring the breath up to the space between the eyebrows. And then exhale it out, again, letting it flow 6 to 9 inches in front of you. Keep following it with your attention. And then feeling the breath flow in again from beyond the front of your physical self, up to the space between the eyebrows. And exhale, follow it out. Noticing what arises with the attention at the space between the eyebrows. Every inhale, bring the breath up to the space between the eyebrows. Every exhale, the breath flows from the nostrils to 6 to 9 inches in front of you. So maybe you begin to feel that the act of breathing beyond yourself causes your field of awareness to go beyond yourself. If that is the case, just notice. If that's not the case, just notice. And keep the breath flowing up to the space between the eyebrows. and flowing out 6 to 9 inches beyond the physical form. With your next inhale, you're going to switch the focus. So from the space between the eyebrows, as you're now focusing on the space of the center of your brain. So you're breathing into the center of the brain, the center of the head. So the breath still goes through the nostrils all the way into that space of the brain. And exhales out 6 to 9 inches beyond the front of your physical form. Another way to use this focal point is to imagine it as the full expanse of your forehead. So every breath it is as though you are encompassing the whole brain, the space of the brain. And every exhale, you're following the breath 6 to 9 inches beyond the edge of your nostrils. Again, just noticing what arises. And then with your next inhale, can you begin to hit all 3 points? So as the breath flows in, it finds the inner corners of the eyes, between the brows, and all the way through that expanse of the forehead and the brain. And then exhale, the breath moves back down through the nostrils, 6 to 9 inches in front of you. And breathing in, finding all 3 points, 4 if you count the tips of the nostrils, inner corners of the eyes, between the brows, center of the brain and forehead. And exhaling, releasing the breath out 6 to 9 inches beyond you. These breathing focal points are designed to help unite the activity of the breath with the activity of your mind. So that the mind knows that it's not in this alone. The breath is a partner. So as we sit looking for stillness, asking for stillness, the mind doesn't feel abandoned. There's a feeling that the breath is a steady friend that will help guide the mind into that quieter state. Meditation is coming home to that quality of friendship. Your mind is a friendly place, or that it at least has a friend in your breath. your next exhale, release any attention on where the breath is going and just sit and notice. And start to become aware again of your seat. A sense that maybe you are still attuned to the space around you and also to the space within. The physical form is the space where those two meet. So can you feel that interconnection, that melding of the outside of you and the inside of you settling into the seat that you're in? And allow your eyes to remain closed. It's those 3 points that we were breathing in. Quality of the inner corners of the eyes is predominantly joyful. It's the pranic force. In yogic language, prana here is saturated with honey. The experience of joy unique to this center is deeply nourishing. It subdues the roaming tendencies of the mind arising from deep-rooted afflictions. The mind loses its taste for painful thoughts and effortlessly lets go of unpleasant and undesirable thoughts and feelings. So if that sounds good, remember to breathe to the inner corners of your eyes. Quality of the pranic force at the eyebrow center is distinguished by its natural capacity to capture the mind and pull it gently inward. Energetically, this center is stronger than the center corresponding to the inner corners of the eyes. But because the mind is united with the breath, in due course, the mind reaches the eyebrow center. Although part of the mind is still engaged in imbibing the elixir at the inner corners of the eyes, the inward flow at the eyebrow center now becomes more pronounced. This inward pull impels the mind to quickly absorb as much nurturing elixir as possible and join the united currents of mind and breath at the eyebrow center. If that sounds good, remember to breathe to that space between the eyebrows. Once the mind reaches the eyebrow center, the urgency for resolving issues pertaining to the mundane world fades. The innate intelligence of the eyebrow center reorganizes our priorities. Now we know instinctively that our top priority is reaching our true home and resting there. The same instinct guides our mind to our true home, the center of the forehead. This refers to the space housing our brain and is not to be confused with a concrete physical location. It encompasses the space filling every nook and cranny of the brain, as well as the space extending approximately 9 inches around the head. This is the space of the Ajna Chakra, command center, highly concentrated pranic field, constantly supplies the nourishment our consciousness needs to employ and monitor our physical and psycho-spiritual faculties. This chakra and its physical counterparts are continuously interfacing with 2 worlds, the world outside and the world inside. They contact the objects of the external world through the senses and the objects of the inner world through our retentive power. It's where you reorganize. If that sounds good, don't forget to breathe that space around your brain, center of the forehead. I didn't read that to you before while we were doing it, because to put into your mind what you were, quote, supposed to feel at any point takes away your ability to really notice and witness what you do feel. It's more important that you are developing an awareness of yourself than that you are trying to achieve or accomplish what this meditative technique or this breathing technique suggests. But maybe now when you come back to this with that knowledge now in your mind, you can start to figure out what it feels like to have that feeling of the elixir at the inner edges of the eyes, or that inward pull of the space of the eyebrows, or that interconnectedness of the external and internal world as you breathe through your brain. Start to let yourself gently come back into physical movement, dropping the chin towards your chest, maybe rolling the neck from side to side. Good. Moving in any other way, maybe beginning to lift and drop the shoulders, shake the hands, roll the wrists, cat-cow your spine, wiggle your hips, whatever. And then coming back to stillness, hands at heart center. Dropping the chin towards the chest. Again, meditation is for you. There's no external anyone who is going to say that you are better or worse because you meditate. And if there is someone, ignore them. Because your meditation is for you. It's to feel at home in this body and mind. So every technique that you use, every practice is just for that. It's coming home. So develop a friendly quality with your mind and with your body. Your breath is a great way to do it. We'll close with the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Sliding thumbs up to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. You have to unmute yourselves to tell me how that went. But if you are curious, those focal points, those breathing focal points come from Vishoka meditation. So if you're interested in that, you can take a look a little deeper at it, Vishoka meditation. Meditation to end suffering. That's what it is.
Thank you, Veronica. That was incredible.
Good. Yeah. Nice, nice. Interesting to focus somewhere other than where we usually do.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I can't hear you, Judy.
Oh, the book.
Oh, hold the book up. Yeah.
Thank you. Meditation.
And it's by that. But yeah, and there's his name again. You got it? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And again, now you've got some new breathing focal points in your meditation to play with. So try it and see what happens if you can start to really feel what was described.
Awesome.
You know, one time is never enough. Stick with it. Okay, have a good one, you guys. I will see you.
Bye. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.